Red, said Thomas, waving his arm in a wide arc. He was 5, but it was the first word he'd ever formed. He spoke, Mark, said Claire, and oh, we hugged each other, but not Thomas. You can't hug Thomas. When he was a toddler, we didn't worry too much about his not speaking. Children develop at different rates, but the silence continued. No words, no half words, not even sounds, and we knew things weren't right. Then when Thomas was nearly 4, the paediatricians concluded he was autistic. Lots of kids grow up to live reasonably normal lives, though, don't they, Doctor? I asked, and Claire gripped my hand a little more tightly. The doctor shrugged. Thomas's autism is profound. Communication is going to be extremely difficult for him. He may learn to say the odd word, maybe use some signs, but... So we had accepted his silent world, but now he had spoken just one word, but where might it lead? Red is a lovely colour, Thomas, I said. Do you like red? He stared at me. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was disappointed when he didn't answer. Claire said, do you think he wants his wall to be red? She knelt in front of him. Would you like your bedroom wall to be red, Thomas? His face, framed in dark hair, gave no response, no change in expression. Can you say red again, Thomas? I asked, but he didn't. He simply waved his little arm in an arc, again towards the wall. I called in sick the next day, and I went to the DIY store. I bought red paint and painted Thomas's bedroom wall. Then I sat there, staring at the bright colour until Claire brought him home from school. Claire held Thomas's hand as they walked into his impossibly tight bedroom. Never a toy out of place from the neat lines he created. He showed no surprise, no excitement, no emotion. But he looked directly at the red wall and opened his mouth. We watched, transfixed, as he tried to form what he wanted to say. It sounded like he was taking short, noisy breaths, and then suddenly the word came. He said, orange. His arm tracing that arc again towards the newly painted wall. I don't know what I'd expected. I knew there'd be no whooping with excitement, no gabbled words of wonder or hugs of thanks. But in a moment, all my hopes that this would be a springboard to something bigger crashed. He doesn't like it, I said. Claire shook her head. It doesn't matter, Mark. He said another word. He said orange. Do I change the colour, I asked. I don't know, said Claire. Thomas waved his arm again and said, red, orange. It was pointless, but we asked him. Did he want the wall to be both colours, one colour or the other? I told Thomas I would repaint the wall if he wanted me to. I knew he understood what I was saying, but he could give me nothing. The next morning I slept in, so when Claire called out, Mark, Mark, come quickly, I thought something was wrong. I rushed into Thomas's bedroom, then stopped in my tracks. Thomas and Claire were sitting on the carpet. There was no crisis to be seen. What's wrong? I asked. Nothing, said Claire. Thomas spoke again. Thomas looked at Claire and then at me. He waved his arm in that arc again and said, red, orange, yellow. Claire wiped a tear from smiling blue eyes. You know what he's saying, don't you? I nodded. Richard of York gave battle in vain. He wants a rainbow on his wall. Is that what you want, Thomas? Our son didn't answer, but he didn't need to. I made my second trip to the DIY store. Then I painted a rainbow on Thomas's wall. When Claire and Thomas saw my handiwork, I swear the tiniest smile started to form on our boy's beautiful but expressionless face. But then it was gone. Do you like it, Thomas? I asked. Thomas took his eyes off the wall and looked at both of us in turn. and he waved his arm in an arc and said, "Rainbow." Oh, I so wanted to hug him then. But that's not how it goes with Thomas. Instead, he tilted his head into his mother's arm, and I knew that was good enough.